I appreciate everybody coming out. We had a rally yesterday in DuPage County with several hundred people as well. So let me tell you, 102 counties in the state of Illinois. We're crisscrossing the state, going to every county, and people are fired up. People are rallying everywhere. November 2nd is going to be great in the state of Illinois. Folks, let's sit back here and talk about a couple of things. I understand some of the speakers have covered this already, but I tell every crowd I get in front of the same thing because I mean it. There's not a state in the country as blessed as the state of Illinois in terms of assets, resources, and human talent. Folks, we're still bottom 3 of every economic and job creation measuring stick out there, though. So if it's not a lack of human talent, if it's not a lack of assets, if it's not a lack of resources, it's clearly a lack of policy leadership right there in that dome. Now, folks, why is that? Well, we all remember our celebrity apprentice governor. I think we remember him. Did he govern on behalf of you? No. Did he govern on behalf of the taxpayers? No. Did Pat Quinn support him twice for election? Yes. Folks, when Pat Quinn became governor, I don't think there's a person in this crowd that wasn't rooting for him because we were sick and tired of the way Illinois is being ran. We had an opportunity to clean the state up. We had a distinct opportunity to clean up the state of Illinois. Did Pat Quinn do that? No. I'll tell you what Pat Quinn did. He surrendered to the Springfield aristocracy that has controlled this state for far too long. Now, what do I mean? What do I mean by Springfield aristocracy? Mike Madigan's been in the House for 40 years. He's been Speaker of the House for 28 of the last 30 years. In the private business, after being somewhere for 40 years, you generally get a gold watch, a pat on the back, and you go off into the sunset, right? I hear folks over here saying send them off. I think we would send them off. The state of Illinois just can't afford the darn gold watch. Folks, if we're going to change this thing, we need folks that listen to you all and not the echo chamber of the state dome. If we're going to change this thing, we need leadership that takes advantage of the assets and resources of the state of Illinois to turn this state around. But in order to do that, in order to take advantage of the assets and resources and the human talent, we're going to need someone with new policy direction. In order to find someone with new policy direction, I think we need new personalities. In order to take those new personalities, we need you all. And when I talk about new personalities, I know I'm back downstate. I've got to be careful. Sometimes I'm in Chicago, sometimes I'm downstate. And it would be really, really easy for me to pick on Chicago. But let me tell you, Chicago is one of those wonderful assets I'm referring to. Now, that asset's been ruined by poor leadership for a long, long time. And what we've seen is that same leadership, the Cook County-style politics, come down to Springfield, Illinois, and ruin Springfield for the last decade. And now the whole world has watched as the same Cook County-style politics has been exported from Chicago via Springfield to Washington, D.C., and ruined Washington, D.C. Folks, if we're going to change it, and I'm talking about Washington, D.C., I'm talking about Springfield, I'm talking about your county and local government. If we're going to change it, if we're going to give government back to the people, we're going to need you all. Because I don't look at you guys like 500 folks that are going to go vote on November 2nd. I look at you all that for the next 4 weeks, you're going to go to Friday night football games. You're going to go to church. You're going to go to work. You're going to be in the neighborhood. You're going to be in line at the grocery store. And you're going to talk about these issues with everybody you encounter. You're going to talk about how great the state of Illinois is and how we need new leadership to turn it around. Because when you show up on November 2nd, I don't want you to be 500 people casting votes. I want you all to talk to 10 people, and I want you to be 5,000 people casting votes to turn the state of Illinois around. Can you all do that on November 2nd? Folks, we got a wonderful ticket. Some of them have been here today, some of them haven't been here today, but we've got a wonderful ticket. They're all working really, really hard. But no matter how hard Bill Brady works, no matter how hard a guy named Bobby Schilling works out in the 17th Congressional District, no matter how hard Sam McCann and Wayne Rosenthal and the rest of the folks running for office are working, they're not going to win this by themselves. They need you all. So for the next 4 weeks, folks, I want every one of you making phone calls every day. 5 phone calls a day to someone who you don't know how they're going to vote. Make sure you talk about the issues that are important, and make sure on November 2nd, there's a mandate in Springfield, Illinois to take the state back to where it should be, and that is a job creation machine and the economic hub of the country. Thanks for your support.
Jason Plummer, everybody.